Hi there, guys, and welcome back to Not Quite Mint. This is going to be our sort of movie review run through of Bad Boys, Bad Boys for Life. So Bad
Number
Boys
three.
Yeah, number three. Going to go and see that, and going to just have a quick chat to start off with, because Tom's actually not going to go and see it with me.
No, because you didn't want to take me.
So sadly. So yeah, we're gonna just obviously have a little chat about it, and then I'll give you my personal feelings towards the end of the video. So make sure you stay along with that. Do obviously subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, and obviously click the little bell so that you know you get notified when our videos go live. Also, comment down below if you've been to see the film. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the future.
So then, Tom, Bad Boys for Life. Obviously, we're both yet to see it. I'm going to be seeing it over the weekend. Towards the end of here, obviously, I'll let you know obviously what my actual reaction and review was of the film. My recollections of Bad Boys were obviously I think I remember in more detail the first film.
Oh, yeah. You see, I'm the other way.
Yeah, so there is a bit of an age gap between me and Tom.
Not that much.
Not giving that much away. I don't know exactly how. I remember. I think we're talking about 20 years since the first one came out. As a guess, that was one of those films for me that when I was at school, I was still at school. Distant memory.
The Stone Age.
The Stone Age. I just remember like it was relentless. All the quotes, you know, all those kids. I was never one of those kids when I was at school to remember all the quotes from films.
I was.
So like, but I had friends who were like that, and literally it was like non-stop. So I have really happy memories about Bad Boys. So
I mean, I enjoyed Bad Boys 1. I thought it was a good film. But I find Bad Boys 2 more memorable. More. I can quote more of Bad Boys 2. Than I can Bad Boys 1. But I mean, I like them both. I do like them both. I think it's Michael Bay at one of his best movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, interestingly, this third one isn't Michael Bay.
Is it not?
Is it? No.
So I didn't know that.
First two, and I think that's what's going to be interesting for me. But yeah, the first two were Michael Bay. Yeah.
My boy Alexander Ludwig's in it, isn't he? Oh, Björn from Vikings.
Yeah. Because again, like on a side note, me and Tom, we with our respective partners, my wife, your fiance, we kind of discovered. Well, you discovered Vikings.
I want to be a Viking.
Made us watch it, and then obviously, Alexander Ludwig, he's been in the Hunger Games as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the Hunger Games.
So a big fan. Of Vikings. I'm looking forward to seeing
a different side of him, different aspects. Because I mean, I always see him now as Björn Ironside.
Yeah, definitely.
So seeing him as something else in this movie would be great.
But I mean, I kind of remember from the second film there was something, because it was around about the time when like Hummers were really cool. Is it a big yellow Hummer in a chase scene?
And he's like, "That's how you drive."
They say yes. You know, and I genuinely remember that. And then, like the first one, obviously the
Bad Boys 2 is also quoted in Hot Fuzz a lot. It's like
you
ain't seen Bad Boys 2.
I've only ever seen Hot Fuzz 1.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the reaction I get.
I've seen Hot Fuzz a million times. It's one of my favourite movies.
To be fair, I do really enjoy it. It's just one of those ones.
But anyway, we're not talking about Hot Fuzz.
But as I say, this is it. Like so. I think you'll get to probably go and see it at some point.
Yes, I'm going to go with my friend Ian to see it.
So Tom will get to go and see it, and then we'll see.
He's decided to take his other half.
Yeah, going with the wife as usual. But we are going to keep an eye open as well, because we're going to be bringing some trailer reviews and things like that. Because we've got a lot of comic book related films. I know Bad Boys isn't comic book related, but as our main passion on the channel is comic books, there's obviously Harley Quinn, Morbius,
New Mutants,
Bloodshot, and New Mutants. So we've got 4 films coming up in the next 4 months, I think, isn't it?
And 2 of them have got a horror aspect to them, so I'm not excited.
Tom does not do horror, people. Tom does not do horror, so
which could be interesting.
We're probably going to do a separate little video about Tom's just Tom missing his life horror really. When I was like,
I feel like there's going to be a Tom versus Rich video. We're going to do something.
You're gonna have to do something.
And the forfeit for me is going to be sitting and watching a horror movie. Yay to me.
So yeah, there's going to be something coming up because, as I say, we don't always agree on stuff and everything, and some going to need to settle some scores.
Mind you, though, saying that, we said that in our first video that we don't agree on a lot of things. I think if you go back for what we've done so far,
we're quite agreeable.
So people are like, I want to see these people disagree and argue, but so far, not happened.
No.
But it will happen.
It will happen, and when it does, you just got to bear with us. But yeah, so guys, make sure you stick with it. Next up will be my basic run through review.
But if you've only come to the channel for me, you can stop now.
Yeah, you can stop now because you just. But if you want to see Tom again, wait till Tuesday night when we've got the previews the comic previews coming out. Anyway, guys, so hopefully I have enjoyed the film, but let's find out.
See you.
Hi there, guys, and welcome back to the latter part of the review. Obviously, you've just seen me and Tom have a little bit of a chat about sort of obviously the previous films and all the rest of it. But yeah, last night I did go see Bad Boys for Life, obviously Bad Boys 3, and I'll just give you like a quick run over of actually what I thought. Obviously, going into the film, I had some quite major concerns, just purely because like it wasn't going to be a Michael Bay film, and it's this like new directing duo. I can't remember the names, but obviously it was sort of a new setup, all the rest of it. I know Will Smith was heavily involved in the production of this, and obviously getting the film made, so that kind of filled me with a bit of hope. But obviously, even Will Smith's had a bit of I wouldn't say a fall from grace, but some of his recent films have underperformed, like Gemini Man and so on and so forth. So I was kind of a little bit apprehensive as to whether this was going to be a very like dated format, and it was going to feel a bit out of kilter of what's going on at the moment. I was pleasantly surprised, and obviously I'll go through the reasons for that with you. But yeah, early concerns completely blown away. For me, it wasn't a particularly like nostalgic film in any way, and it wasn't really it did have that kind of feel of those like sort of films that were obviously created in the 90s. Obviously the Bad Boys 2, it's been 12 years I believe since the gap between that film and this film, and so it was kind of, for me, I felt that this film was kind of sort of modernised. If you look at sort of like your Fast and Furious films, your Hobbs and Shaw that was obviously out last year, I did feel that this film sort of like, whilst the characters are sort of like the same characters, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, that they've got that dynamic that they're both obviously older and things like that. I think they played that really well. But yeah, I think it bridged the gap quite well and brought things a little bit more maybe up to date. But still, what you're going to get in this film is a lot of laughs, a lot of action. And to be fair, I didn't think the writing was particularly bad. I kind of liked the plot. Obviously, it's sort of set in like modern day Miami. You've got Martin Lawrence, who is looking at retiring and all that kind of stuff, coming to the end of his sort of detective career. And then you've got Mike Lowry, Will Smith, sort of he's just as mad as ever, like really like obviously successful detective, stuff like that, getting into a lot of scrapes and all the rest of it. And then they have obviously this sort of like guy, so it's almost like a family in a way, like coming from the past and obviously causing all these problems and basically like picking off people who wronged them in the past, effectively by, I think it was like basically the father of that figure is like a Mexican cartel. He was taken out, and then it's like targeting all the relevant people, and obviously Mike Landry obviously he's one of those, obviously Will Smith's character. So it's really interesting. There was some really good would I say twists? There were some unexpected scenes in there. I didn't feel it was overly gratuitous, but there was still some quite like like gory bits that like you may not have seen 12, 15 years ago or whatever. So but yeah, everything was really good. Action was high octane, what you'd expect with this type of thing, and there were like times when you genuinely were like sort of you weren't too sure which way it was going to go because of how they'd set up the earlier scenes with some of the surprises surprises and, you know, some of the as I say, the twists that came through with it. So like the final action scene was I really did enjoy it. It's fairly clear that they're trying to set up for, you know, additional Bad Boys films in the future at the end of this one, so we'll have to see how it performs well in the box office. Personally, I think it should be like quite successful. I haven't really read any other critics' reviews of it, so I don't tend to like to do that to when I'm going to be speaking to you guys about it. I'd rather give an impartial sort of personal opinion. But yeah, it was okay. It was good. I enjoyed it. I did feel it was in parts quite a lot darker than the first two films, but again, that I think is in fitting with sort of like what you expect from a modern day action film, you know, with all the twists and stuff like that. So I did enjoy that. Action and humour's there in spades. The playing off of obviously Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. They've still got great on-screen chemistry, and it was really funny. Real, like, you know, the whole cinema was laughing out loud on numerous occasions throughout the film, which is always nice to sort of see when you go to that sort of like cinema environment. Action scenes, again, amazing. Like literally some of the car chases in there and things like that were absolutely phenomenal. So really well done in that respect. So basically, overall, definitely recommended for something that you guys should go and see. I hope Tom will get to see it soon, because I mean he went last night to see Rise of Skywalker with his future wife, and hopefully he'll get to see. But what I would say is just make sure that you obviously check us out, because we will be bringing out our Comic Blend sort of like longer show in about a week or so's time. And if Tom's got to see it in the meantime, we may well talk about it then. But yeah, make sure that you obviously subscribe to us, guys, and obviously hit that like, and obviously comment down below if you've seen the film. Let us know what you think. But other than that, obviously have an awesome day, and we'll see you again next time.